Bonjour, bonsoir, et bienvenue à Rendez Vous. Today we focus on cinema, more precisely on the French movie The Count of Monte Cristo, based on the novel by French author Alexandre Dumas. The film had its world premiere at the Out of the Competition section of the 2024 Cannes Film Festival in May, where it received a resounding 11-minute standing ovation. As part of the French Cultural Programme 2024, the Embassy of France in Sri Lanka and the Maldives, together with the network of Alliance Française in Sri Lanka and the Maldives, organized the Sri Lankan premiere screening of the latest version of the film at the PVR cinema in One Galle Face Colombo.
The Count of Monte Cristo by French author Alexandre Dumas, completed in 1844, is a classic work of literature that weaves a tale of betrayal, revenge, and redemption. The narrative unfolds in the complex political landscape of post-Napoleonic France, where Edmond Dantes, a young sailor, is falsely accused and imprisoned in the island prison of Chateau de Monte Cristo. The novel takes readers on a journey as Dantes escapes from captivity and transforms himself into the enigmatic Count of Monte Cristo, seeking retribution against all those who wronged him. Set against a backdrop of societal upheaval, the novel explores themes of justice and the moral complexities of vengeance.
Let's now listen to what the people had to say after the screening here in Colombo.
I have read this book as our school, grade 8 English, and I was so glad that I saw this, and Edmond Dantes and Mercedes were our heroes when we were like 14, 15. And just before that GC O-level exam, we did this as a textbook in our school. So I'm very glad that I saw this in real.
Oh, actually, it was really nice, and I enjoyed it with my friends. And the characters, actually, they were really good, and everything was really nice, and I enjoyed it well.
It was, despite the themes of Le Count de Monte Cristo being vengeance, redemption, and love, of course. For me, it was very moving because, I don't know, he said wait and hope. Those words really touched me a lot. I cried a lot of times.
I enjoy the film because it includes lots of love, anger, and romantic scenes and adventurous. So it is a film that all of conclude together in that film. So I really enjoyed.
I enjoyed the film a lot because it was like not what I expected. The cinematography and the acting, it was all really fantastic. And the themes they explored were really, it was common, but still there was an intense thing which it carried. So it was a beautiful film.
I really enjoyed it. What resonates with me the most is I came for vengeance and fightings. Yeah, it was all there. I mean, it was a masterpiece. But at the end, love wins all, I think. And as Monte Cristo said, you only really love once, no?
It actually helped us to see how Paris and actually France in those days, and the landscape and the chateau, everything, it's just so versatile, and it's like we have gone back to the ancient time of France. And the character really emphasized on how the life could be in Paris back in those days. So it was really a fun way of learning French à la Française.
It was indeed captivating, so captivating that it just brought the book to life. And the chronological effect of all of those things put together, and the costumes and everything just brought you into that era of Napoleon and the past of Napoleon, the traitors and how people betrayed each other. It was an amazing story, effected so beautifully that the few hours, the 3 hours nearly, just went past so quickly, and you were just so engrossed by every moment of this masterpiece.
So it's really very encouraging that the French embassy has decided to bring this film to Sri Lanka. The Count of Monte Cristo, the very famous book by Alexandre Dumas, which has been turned into a film several times before. But this is a very successful French production. And really, thank you very much to the French embassy for bringing it to Colombo. So actually, The Count of Monte Cristo is a fabulous film. I mean, I was totally transfixed because it took me back to reading the book and remembering all the elements that I had forgotten, and it brought out beautifully certain nuances that you might not get in the book. So everybody should actually watch it. Over to Kumar now, who will join us from the Chateau de Monte Cristo in Paris.
Bonjour et bienvenue à Rendez-Vous from the Chateau of the Count of Monte Cristo here in Le Pont-Marly in the Yvelines département in northern Paris. This chateau was built originally between 1844 and 1847 for writer Alexandre Dumas. Dumas named it after his novel The Count of Monte Cristo, and today the entire property is operated as a public historic museum memorializing Dumas. So Alexandre Dumas was a well-known French novelist and playwright, and his work has been translated into nearly 100 languages and inspired around 200 motion pictures. Right behind me here is the Chateau d'If, where he worked and where he completed writing The Count of Monte Cristo, which we all know very well. And there you can see the desk at which he worked to complete the writing of this famous story, which is well known around the world as a film as well. And so from the Chateau of Monte Cristo and Alexandre Dumas, over to Yasmin in Colombo.
Thank you, Kumar. How lucky to be there. So with the gripping story of the Count of Monte Cristo lingering in our heads, I leave you today. Au revoir, à la prochaine.